You are capable of winning races, but you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Good Thursday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network, the Digital Sim Sports Network, and live coverage. The NetCode ESports Mighty Midget Series 2025 B season, the Ironman Series, still going on. Your defending series champion, the 7-car of Craig Silby, making his defense debut this evening. Everybody looking to topple, take that title back away. 15 mighty midgets in attendance this evening. Yeah, I don't know what is going on, man. It is just it's just tough to see. It is awfully foggy up here tonight at Lincoln Speedway. We don't know who set up the weather, but whoever it was, you shouldn't have started the wildfire before the race. I don't know. Maybe it's just too dry and we're smoking them out. I'm not really sure what's going on. It's foggy as all get out up here. A lot of humidity hanging around in the air. Should be a fun one. 2 shows. First show, pill draws for their starting position in the heat races. Run the heat races off. Doesn't look like we're going to need a B main tonight. So everybody will go to the feature, 30 laps for your feature. And then show number 2, they'll come in and qualify the top 5. Get locked into the front 3 rows. Everybody else will go through a last chance qualifier. The winner of that LCQ will join the top 5. They will redraw for those front 3 rows. And then 30 laps for your feature. Good to have the boys back on Thursday nights. Thursday nights alive again. We only got 2 or 3 races in for them last season. Just, different reasons. They decided not to broadcast every race, and now they are back in that position where they want to put them all out there. They had an amazing season. I mean, we came in and saw they had 16, 18 cars every time we came in to watch last season, so should be fun. Last couple of shows for this week. We won't be back again until Monday night. Monday nights, always. Monday Night Thunder with the Dirt Slingers Racing League. And they do 2 shows. Their big block modifieds up early. That's the 8 o'clock time slot. And then their sprint car series, one or the other, the 360s or the 410s. I think this coming week it's the 410s. Tuesday night, ERA will be back in action next Wednesday. Midwest Trucks again, man. Exciting series. That series has really become something to watch on Wednesday nights. We weren't sure about the asphalt stuff, but having done it for a while now, that truck series really a ton of fun for us. And then we'll be back around here again next Thursday for these midget guys again. Kind of become our norm. 6 shows, 4 days. It's a lot of fun to do. Hope you guys enjoy it as much as we do. Be sure you say hi in the chat. We don't care where you're watching from. Tell us, wherever you are. But YouTube, Twitch, Trovo, subscribe. Facebook, like, share, and follow if this is your first time watching us. If you got a favorite driver, make sure you shout their name out as well. It's going to be fun trying to pick these cars out from across the track here in basically the dark. It's going to be a ton of fun. Practice session winding down, and we'll start pulling pills, throwing cars into our heat races. All right. Gridding them out for heat race number 1. And a former series champion on the pole in the 49. That'll be Bo Brandon. Now on his outside, the 81 of Mike Geppert. Row 2 to the inside, the 017 of Brody Duscher. And on his outside, Logan Henderson in the 17. Your third row, Brent Wacker, the 12 inside. David Krikorian in the double sixes. He starts position number 6. And then another former champion, the 38 of Billy Barros. He's got the inside of row number 4 next to Wayne Anelski in the 13. DK Crew in the house and over on YouTube. Well, there's your guy right there. Bo Brannon. Not sporting the red machine that we are used to seeing. Variix.com. Number 49. Nice change of color scheme for him. All right, this time around, we're going to cut them loose. Pace truck will vanish down that back stretch towards turn number 3. And they will go 8 times. Pace truck making his way away. Here we go. Out of turn number 4, Bo Brannon. Going to get things started.
Green flag, green flag.
The green flag for heat number 1. Man, Brandon got a great start. Duscher right behind. Those two will go to the bottom in 1 and 2. It's a scramble behind a 12. Brett Wacker found some fence back there in turn number 2. He'll fall off of the group. The main pack still together with Duscher, Gebert, Henderson, Barros. Brandon's falling all the way back to the 5th spot. Krikorian and Anelski going to go side by side. DK up top. Trying to work by. Take a ride as he follows Bo Brannon. He is all the way out to the fluffy stuff at the top. Still in a battle with Anelski. Tight battle. A little contact between Anelski and Krikorian there. It is Duscher out front. And he's gone by a second. Henderson trying to hang on. A little contact between Barros and Anelski, and that'll slow some things down. Krikorian's going to squeak by into 5th. Move Bo Brannon up to the 4th spot. Move him up to 3rd now as he worked inside of the 81 of Gebert. Now forces his way down low alongside Henderson. He may have the advantage here getting into 3 and 4, and he does. He'll take 2nd. But he has got over a second to make up on Duscher, and he's only got 2 laps to do it, and I just don't think there's enough time to make up that much real estate, especially when the guy out front is being that smooth. White flag coming out this time. Oh, contact behind. Krikorian and Gebhardt crash. Krikorian's car damaged enough. We're on the white flag lap, so he's damaged enough. He is not going to be able to finish. He's going to finish 8th in this. But Duscher gets to the line first. Brannon 2nd. Henderson, Anelski, Gebhardt, Wacker a distant 6th. And Billy Barros with issues all heat long will finish 7th. So contact with Krikorian and Anelski and put a hurting on David Krikorian's chances. He's going to start at the back of this feature here in a little bit. But we'll get ready for our second and final heat here, and it's going to be the 71 of Josh Gerlach next to the 21 of G-Body Garrett Boyd. In a row number 1, James Gray, the 76. Next to the Kiwi Conqueror, your defending series champion in that purple number 7 back there. They are row 2. 3rd row, the 24 inside, Lizzie Smith. Outside, Reed Brochart in the 93. And then the 37 of Austin Motley will be out back Jack tonight. There goes Garlic on the pole. Didn't anybody ever tell him you can make $1, but it ain't a way to do it? I don't know. All right, next time around, we're going to get this second heat race started. After the heat, the boys will have a few minutes of warm-up, and then they will have their feature lineup getting ready to roll out at the end of that. They always tell me how long they're going to have for their warm-up, so we'll wait and see. We're going to come out of turn number 4. Under the throttle, Gerlach. Pretty good start. He kind of caught Boyd sleeping right there, and he'll have the lead into 1 and 2. Boyd will go shopping on the high side. Sylvie will move into third right in front of Gray. Craig Sylvie kept it down on the bottom, and he's not quite there, but he's going to keep working it. He'll pull alongside Boyd eventually here. Right there up the backstretch, he showed him that right front tire. Everybody chasing Josh Gerlach right now. James Gray still 4th. Austin Motley 5th. Lizzie Smith in the 6th spot. And Reed Brochart already took that 93 car to the pit, so he's going to start at the back with his buddy, David Krikorian, in tonight's feature. Sylvie closing in on Gerlach. Side by side for the lead. Sylvie bumped the fence with the left front, so they'll cross each other over. Still going to work them side by side. Through 1 and 2, up the backstretch. Gerlach clears. Still Gerlach out front. He and Sylvie have now gotten away from Garrett Boyd just a little bit, coming around to the 2 to go mark. That bump to the fence may have knocked a toe out on the 7. He is not nearly as fast as he was before he touched that fence. A white flag this time for Josh Gerlach. Sylvie still 2nd. Boyd still 3rd. James Gray in that 4th spot, but it's all Josh Gerlach here. He had a challenge momentarily from Craig Sylvie, who'll finish 2nd. Boyd, Gray, Motley, and Smith. But Sylvie just couldn't do anything with Gerlach right there. Josh Gerlach's going to start on the front row for the first feature tonight. So we'll see how long they're going to give the boys. They'll send us a message. We'll relay that on to you. Lights have come on. Fog seems to have instantly dissipated. Now that we have a lighting, heat from the lights burned it all off. Let's go with that. We're just kind of waiting. See who is going to be one of the first to roll out for. Our warm-up session. Here we go. They're putting them out onto pit road right now. Man, that's a tough envelope to open. Good night. All right. There we go. We got some messages now. We do have a redraw for this first feature. Ooh, that was ugly. Brody Dusher will have the pole with Bo Brandon on his outside. Henderson and Gerlach in row 2. Sylvie and Boyd on the 3rd row for it. Boys have a little, oh, here we go. Here comes Gerlach. 6-lap dash. That's what we're about to do. So let's get that going. That's what it is. Duscher and Brandon, Henderson and Gerlach for the dash. That's row 2, and then Sylvie and Boyd in that dash. So 6 laps. Ooh, I better get the counter because I always miscount these when I try to do it on my fingers. Not very good at the finger counting thing. Out of turn number 4. Hammer down. Pole dash underway. Duscher clips the fence. He's going to collect Sylvie. They get a piece of Garrett Boyd right there. That opens things up, and it's going to put Bo Brandon out front. 1 in the books. Brandon Gerlach. Boyd is 4th. I'm trying to figure out who's in the middle right there, and it's mostly my fault for not being able to do it. Logan Henderson going to be back here in the 5th spot. It was Henderson that ended up coming out of that deal 5th. It's all Craig Sylvie in 6th. Duscher's 2nd right now. Gerlach is 3rd. Boyd is 4th. 3 laps in the books. And I'll tell you what, Brody Duscher's finding that inside wall pretty heavy. Hit it a couple of times now, and he's working alongside. 2 to go for Bo Brandon out front. And that's actually Josh Gerlach that clipped the fence. He does it again. He's going to let Garrett Boyd get around him. It's Duscher and Brandon up front. They're coming around. Should be the white flag this time. Bye. Gap pretty big for Brandon right now. He is way out in front. He is going to pull the pole dash win. That means he'll start P1 for the night's feature. Duscher gives up 2nd. Boyd got him right there. That may have been the 5th lap. No, that was it. That was the 6th lap. I thought I was right. I told you I can't count on my fingers, but I sure can't count on this little clicker. And I was right. So it'll be Bo Brandon and Garrett Boyd on our front row. Duscher was 3rd. Gerlach 4th. Henderson and Sylvie 5th and 6th. How many times have we been to Lincoln Speedway? 13 times. And we have had 7 different winners in those 13 trips. Craig Sylvie has 4 of those. Harris, Brandon, and Parmley 2 each. Oh, got the wrong one. What day was that from? That was not from today. Yeah, that was not from today, unfortunately. So that's kind of old. All right, we're just waiting. I think the guys might be having a quick driver's meeting. I'm not sure. Doesn't look like it. Looks like they're talking about something, getting ready to go for the feature. Last second instructions from race control, it seems like. So we'll give them a couple of minutes. They'll get ready to advance the session. And we are going to get out here for our 30-lap AMA and the first of 2 tonight. All right, ready for our 30-lap feature. We're going to fire them off. That lineup will not be right. It will be Bo Brandon and Garrett Boyd on the front row, Duscher and Gerlach in row 2, and Henderson and Sylvie in row 3. Then row 4 will be Anelski and Gray, Gebhardt and Motley in row 5, Whacker and Smith in row number 6, Barros and Brochard in row 7, and David Krikorian for his early exit in his heat race. He will start way in the back, single in row number 6. They will get single file into their order. Top 6 will get reshuffle, reshuffle, reshuffle. And then after the first 2 laps, or during the second lap, they'll get double file, get ready to restart us. And officially, our pole sitter will give us the start. After that, cautions will count. Caution laps, however, do not. We'll get 30 green flag laps. See if 2025B will start off with somebody sweeping tonight. Bo Brandon, legitimate opportunity to do so. Craig Silby. Everybody up there in that top 6 or 7, I think, has a very legitimate shot to win the first one. And it'll probably set them up with some momentum for the second one. So I would not be surprised if we saw a sweep tonight. You have horses or courses for horses, and these guys know all about that because there are some tracks that a couple of these guys just do very, very well at. All right. This time around, when they cross the start-finish line, they will start getting doubled up, and we'll get ready to go green at the end of the next lap. $30 green flag laps coming up right here. Round 1, 2025B season for the NetCode ESports Mighty Midget Series. And we're officially under the green flag. Good start out front. Brandon did what he needed to. We'll probably see him stay married to that bottom side all race long. Lap 1 will go to Bo Brandon. Duscher grabs second. Boyd's third. Silby already up to 4th. Gerlach is 5th. Henderson 6th. Nelski moved in tight right there. Mike Gebert brought it up right behind Anelski and then had to back off so he could stay on him. Big slider from Motley. And Motley, I think he got James Gray in this. Right behind. Yeah, that was just off that big slider. Coming around down here in turns 1 and 2. Little contact there. So we'll catch our first caution just a couple of laps in. Everybody will get single file. We'll see if we get a tap out somewhere. Geppert. Still up there in the 8th spot. James Gray, the car that drops to the back. So we're single file. We're ready for the restart.
Green flag.
3 laps in, 27 remaining. Good start for your leader. This second place car, Brody Duscher, really kind of blinked out right there. Garrett Boyd through the middle, opens up the bottom. Here comes Craig Silby. Three wide at the exit of turn 2. They get it worked out. No change in your positions. Fanning out all over, top to bottom on this racetrack. And they're almost 4 wide coming out of turn 2. Gerlach, Silby, Boyd. Boyd up high. Boyd finds the outside fence. That should be a caution.
Caution is out.
Garrett Boyd overcooked his grits. And he is going to find out that Mohammed may have moved a mountain, but Garrett Boyd cannot move the outside retaining wall at Lincoln Speedway. So, G-Body going to have to go and clean some things up. Get ready for show number 2, it looks like. As we will have our second caution. Just about 6 laps in. Single file them up real quick. We'll get ready for the restart with 22 laps remaining. Brandon, Silby, Gerlach, Henderson, Anelski are the top 5 currently. Duscher's falling back to 7th.
Green, green, green.
Started up there in the top 6. I want to say he started in the top 4. Whoa, Craig Silby almost got into the back of Bo Brandon, and when he jumped on the binders, the car took off with him, and he slid that thing all the way out into the middle of the corner down in 1 and 2, just losing feet after feet after feet, and now he's going to have to work to try to get that back. Bumps the fence getting into 1 and 2. That opens the door, lets Gerlach go by. Now he'll fight back on the high side, get side by side with Josh Gerlach. Bo Brandon is just kind of on cruise control right now. That time I think Gerlach got a little tight right in the center of the corner of the car. Didn't rotate very good for him, and he really lost some ground to Silby. So we'll go back here and watch this battle between Henderson and Anelski. Anelski was right there. Showed the nose to him, then lost some ground coming out of 2. Just not able to get that car right down to the bottom. Well, if you go out and race with these guys, Tiny Dancer, you'd know if it was fun. Henderson still 4th now. Duscher goes around Anelski for the 5th spot, and Duscher is working the high side. He's got the right rear up there in the cushion. He is making some ground down these straightaways because he's able to get that car wound up and keep it wound up on the exit of the corners. Just having a problem getting by Henderson. Henderson just not quite leaving enough room on the very outside. Now he doesn't have a choice because Duscher is there. 15 to go. We're halfway home. It's still Brandon, Silby, Gerlach. 1, 2, 3. But now Brody Duscher starting to come to life about midway. He is closing ground on your leaders. Oh, this time overcooks it a little bit. Got up into the fence. He'll give back a couple of spots. Anelski may not be able to get around him yet. Henderson thought was going to close the door, didn't, and Duscher goes right back to 4th. Now behind him, that's David Krikorian. They're going to keep it going. Krikorian and Motley both spun. Caution coming out. I saw that one. Yeah, Logan Henderson and Brody Duscher. Let's go see if we can figure out which one it is. I think Logan Henderson. Nope, I think it's Brody Duscher that catches the fence, and Henderson gets a big piece of him right there. So I'm figuring out that in this particular race, you don't want to be 4th. The 4th place car has wrecked out twice now. Brandon, Silby, Gerlach, Anelski, Barros, Krikorian, Gray, Gebhardt, Motley, Henderson, Wacker, Smith, Brochart. Now Duscher to the back in 14th. "12 laps remaining. Restart forthcoming." There goes Brandon. Silby catching fence, spinning around, and Craig Silby will be our next caution. out of second place. And he gets down on the inside, and he just left fronted it. And then James Gray, not really anywhere to go for Gray. Gray goes across and in front of Henderson again, and the hits just keep on coming. Lights off on the pace truck already. Quickie caution here. Going to be an 11-lap shootout to the end of this one. Looks like James Gray finally took the 76 to the infield. Enough damage that he could not continue. He'll be ready for show number 2 here shortly, but we're back to the restart. Gerlach surely did not get a good restart. He's not known for his restarts anyway, but he surely did not get a great one right there. He opened... he got that car sideways when he opened her up, and Bo Brandon was able to drive away quite a bit. Oh, car into the fence. DK, David Krikorian, and that's going to do us again. I think Smith and Motley catch a piece of this, but this will be all David Krikorian up here. Thin cushion up there in 3 and 4. You get in there too hot, you go right over the top of it, and you get right into the fence. Someday. Well, we're going to be down to 10 to go. Don't forget, when this one's over, we won't go anywhere.
Green flag, green flag.
We'll get ready for show number 2. Green flag back in the air. Switch service for you. We'll get ready for show number 2. It'll happen pretty quick, 3-4 minutes, maybe 5 at the most. We'll throw a few tunes on and get that thing going and be ready for you. Come back and join us for show number 2. Anelski is still 3rd. Barros is now up to the 4th spot. Henderson, or Gephardt, then Henderson. Silby is 7th. Running out of time to get a podium for the defending series champ. Bo Brandon has had his way. Won the dash, started on the pole, has had no challenge, but that may be changing here in the next lap or so as Josh Gerlach found something up top. Caution. I don't know if it was Motley or if it was Krikorian, but a red car. Oh, yeah, it was Motley. He caught the fence down the front stretch. Krikorian got a little bit of a push when he slowed down to avoid that, and he goes into the spin cycle as well. So just when Gerlach was getting some momentum and some rhythm, the caution's going to fall for the 6th time. And he's going to have to regroup and try it again, but he's running out of laps. He's only going to have 7 more chances. Brandon, good restart. Gerlach was better this time. He kept it a whole lot closer. Not going to waste any time. He's going to go up there and try to get it wound up early. He'll give up some space here, but he'll close it down the backstretch. And now that gap will start to seem smaller and smaller as he finds momentum to chase down Bo Brandon. He had it rolling before the caution. I don't think he's going quite as wide as he was. He is missing where the tacky stuff is. That's a lot closer to where he really needs to be. Lap times pretty much identical, 16:25 and 16:31 for your top 2. This time it's a 14 and a 30, so Brandon opened it up a little bit on the wave lap. 4 to go this time. Caution's going to fall again. It's Brent Wacker in that orange car and Austin Motley in behind. Car in front, everybody started checking up. And when you start closing things up like that, sometimes bad news ensues. Ain't even sure. That was Brody Duscher, I think, that got out of shape and kind of started that chain reaction. So it's going to be a quick one, a 3-lap shootout. Brent Wacker, 2 laps down, but in 11th, and he should finish right there in 11th, barring any more issues for drivers. That time, Gerlach tried to time it a little bit, and he almost nailed it perfect, but Brandon just waited another half a heartbeat. And he'll enjoy about 10, 12 car lengths now as he rockets down the backstretch, coming to 2 to go. The battle looks like it's going to be for third because Barros is going to the high side. He goes around Anelski and takes over the final podium spot. So Barros up on the podium now. Brandon coming out of 4, white flag in hand for the starter. And we got one more circuit to complete feature number 1 here tonight. It is all Bo Brandon in the 49 car out in front, driving away, and he'll take feature number 1. Gerlach, Barros, Anelski, and Silby recovers for a top 5 finish. Henderson 6th, Gebhardt 7th, 8th was Duscher, Brochard in 9th, Motley in 10th, 11th Wacker, 12th was Krikorian, Smith in 13th, Gray 14th, and Boyd in that 15th and final spot. Boy, we really don't like any of these camera angles, do we? Oh, we just really don't. Is what it is. Let's grab our drivers. Let's get ready to talk to them. And we'll start things off with the guy that finishes third tonight in the 38 car, Billy Barros. You had to wait till the very end to get on the podium.
Hey, Roger. Good to hear from you again. I've unfortunately got to keep it pretty light tonight. I've got the flu, actually, so not having a lot of fun speaking here. But yeah, it was a good race. Had a lot of fun.
I so bad not with the flu. That's terrible, man. Well, I'll let you conserve your energy. We won't keep you long. Go in there and see if you can get you another podium in show number 2. All right, buddy?
That sounds good. Thanks, Roger. Hopefully we'll talk soon.
All right, Billy Barros. He's going to finish in third. We're going to let him go quickly because he just sounded bad right there. That's a dieharder, though. When he's in here and he's racing and he knows he's sick like that, that's a dieharder. Now, we'll get the guy with the face for radio, and you can see it right there. And I'm sorry about that, folks. Sorry in advance that you're looking at that picture of this guy, but it's what he gave us. I got to go with it, you know. But Josh Gerlach, man, you had it rolling, and I think that caution really messed up your rhythm.
Yeah, great to see you too, Roger. Yeah, man, I was just talking to Bo about that. There was the one run where we were going for a few laps, and I was right about to make a move, and the yellow came out, and I just Bo's too good on a 2 to 3 lap run. You just can't pass him, especially when he's on the bottom. I was saying that just a little bit ago, that I was trying everything I could to not run the same line as him and get by him, but it just wasn't meant to be. So very happy to start the season off with a second, though.
Yeah, it looked like the track was pretty racy, and a lot of guys could move around. But if you could find that top and you could just get that rhythm, it looked like a lot of guys were able to make some moves. Brody Duscher was coming through the field until he clipped the fence. You didn't go back to that same spot. You kind of stayed a little bit lower after the restart. Did you think the track was changing or just not ready to go right back and you missed your rhythm a little bit and just couldn't get it up there right on that fluffy stuff?
Yeah, kind of all of that, to be honest. and also when you're only getting those short runs, it's really tough to figure out like what's working because we're pacing around, packing stuff down, and I could tell that the bottom was still pretty juiced up. So if you're able to get that off of the corner, you're really going to pull. So yeah, I just was trying different things and kind of trying to cut it down a little bit, try to run the top because it still felt a little free to me. But I could tell that I was still making decent speed because I was keeping up with him, and I never really hurt anybody on the inside after Brody. Something happened to him there. So at a certain point, I was just like I want to finish clean and get a good start to the season because I know Craig ran into some trouble. He had just won the championship last season, and Bo's going to be someone to contend with all season. So like I said, a P2 to start is a good one for me.
All right, man, give me them shout outs. We'll let you start heading for session number 2.
Yeah, just want to welcome Bo back. I know he took a little break at the end of the first season, and it's good to have him back. He's a great ambassador for our series. Well-deserved win tonight, and thank everybody coming out, and welcome back DRN to the series. We're really happy to be back here on Thursdays. Otherwise, yeah, I just want to thank NetCode brand, alwaysraceday.com, and the Knoxville Knights podcast. It's a new Knoxville Raceway-centric podcast. Follow it on the socials at Knoxville Knights.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Good luck in session 2.
Thank you, sir.
Josh Gerlach finishing in a second. Comes back in his return and triumphant, to say the very least, but something we're used to seeing here on DRN. The 49 of Bo Brandon victory circle. Bo, they said you took some time off the end of last season. Doesn't look like you missed a beat.
Well, I definitely smacked the wall in the heat race. That was, I guess, knocking the rust off, so to speak. But yeah, it's been kind of locked in, and it felt pretty good once I got the bell rung a little bit. So I always do pretty well here, and it's one of my favorite places to run. It's tight, it's technical. It suits my style really well. So I do pretty well here. So it's good to come back to a familiar place, familiar track, and start the season off with a win.
Well, I'm going to ask you because late in this one, Gerlach had a pretty good rhythm and a pretty good run going. Did the caution save you, or were you saving a little something?
It was a little bit of both, I think. I was getting a little bit worried, with the race just kind of dragging out with so many cautions. The bottom was kind of going away, and that's definitely where I felt most comfortable. And I'm, not really sure, I had an idea that he was running higher than me, but you never really know until you go try. I did try for a couple laps. It didn't seem to stick, and so I just kind of stuck it down on the bottom. And a couple of those, I think the last caution where it was like, 3 to go, that one kind of saved me a little bit. I don't know if he had enough to come catch me and pass me and all that, but he was definitely making a good charge. So would have been interesting to see it play out with green flag laps that maybe evolve into like a fun slider battle or something. But yeah, I just kind of stuck it down on the bottom because I knew it was good enough. And it's really tough to if you know how to launch the car on a restart, it's really tough to lose the lead in about a lap. So I really felt like I only needed to hold him off for 2 laps instead of 3. So just stuck it on the bottom where I knew it was good enough, and it was enough.
Well, I know you took some time off. It's been a long time since you've had to do it. Let's see if you remember the script.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking about that. You might need to help me out a little bit. Feed me some lines.
Hell, I don't remember.
Thanks to Varix.com. Mighty good marketing. I want to give a quick shout out to Sim Wrap Market for the awesome wrap that I've got on the car. They do awesome work. Thanks to NetCode ESports and the Mighty Midgets, Josh and Robert and Billy for putting on such a great show every week. Thanks to you, Roger, for broadcasting on the Dirt Sim Network, and thank you to my parents and my wife.
All right, man. Congrats in race number 1. We'll look forward to seeing if you can sweep tonight in race number 2.
I'm sure going to try.
That is your winner for feature number 1, Bo Brandon. He'll get ready to head over to session number 2. We will as well. We are not going to go anywhere, folks. What we're going to do is we're going to get a little old school. We're going to do the same thing that we've done for a long time. We're going to show you our beautiful spinning logo. And don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
jack and too much gin. My head's still pounding like a big bass drum. I reaching over for an action, but they're already gone. Another crazy night in this cowboy's life. 'Cause I do what I wanna, do what I please, and all the bartenders let me drink for free. Everybody knows my name, and to me, you know it's just a game. Well, I get on stage and give the fans my heart, singing every night in a local bar. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. It's a day in the life of a hillbilly rock star. Now along this road, there's a lot I learned, and everything I got, I worked hard to earn. I give it all up because I love my fans. But if you don't like me, well, I don't give a damn. It ain't hard to see why people want to live like me. It's 'cause I do what I want, I do what I please, and all the bartenders let me drink for free. Everybody knows my name, and to me, you know it's just a game. Well, I get on stage and give the fans my heart, sing it every night in a local bar. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. It's a day in the life of a hillbilly rock star. We roll into town, got a country swagger, keep the music turned up and got moves like Haggard. You can find us hanging out every night. It's a little bucked up, but we're all alright. Don't hurt to drink. Hey, let me hear you sing that I do what I want, do what I please, and all the bartenders let me drink for free. Everybody knows my name, and to me, you know it's just a game. Well, I get on stage and give the fans my heart, 'cause thanks to them, I'm a big old star. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. It's a day in the life of a hillbilly rock star. Hillbilly rock star. Another Saturday, drinking through my salary, half cigarette burning in the ashtray. It goes up in smoke like you and me. Not the thing that it used to be. I saw you out again, posting stories with your friend. Well, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw that late night last call. It might have been the full moon shining in the night sky.
All right, looks like we've made our way in. We are just waiting for all of our overlay systems to catch back up. Shouldn't take but just a moment here. These guys are going to work the track down just a little bit. Get ready for our second show. Whoops. Little uh-oh contact right there. Show 2, a little bit different than show number 1. These guys will qualify. Top 5 get locked right into the front 3 rows of the feature. And the winner of the B main, the 12 lap, last chance qualifier, will join them in that 6-car redraw. That redraw will determine exactly where they start in those front 3 rows. We'll roll the boys out and put 30 more laps on the big board and have feature number 2. 15 made it, and now we've got another. Steven Spiess, the 55 car, making his way into the server. So we will have 16 cars for show number 2. It is a lot of fun having these guys back. We always enjoy the NetCode bunch. First race, they got a little, I think they got a little rambunctious for each other. I don't know. We'll see. New season, always going to be bumps and bruises. Here we go. We're all caught up. I had to resave that. It did not like something and needs resaving. So, we're going to let the boys know that we are ready when they are. They'll do their qualifying 2 laps. Not single car, but we'll watch as many as we possibly can. Definitely going to watch our top contenders. Practice session coming to a close. That means it is qualifying time. Going to be a fun one. All right. Qualifying about to roll out. We'll see who hits the track first. Looks like it's going to, well, it's hard to tell. They're all just dropping onto. Garrett Boyd, however, is going to be the first to put wheels on. We'll watch driver 21. Looks like it's a little bumpy along the top side in turns 1 and 2 this feature. She will come around on the clock for the first time. Wants to be locked into that top 5. Around the bottom. First lap time, 16:40. Third quick as Anelski goes faster. Bo Brandon on lap number 1 went second quick. Right now, Billy Barros is going to be Bubble Boy. He is coming around to complete lap number 2. Go watch Josh Gerlach. Already shuffling them in, shuffling them out. Reed Brochart, the Bubble Boy. We're watching Josh Gerlach. Craig Silby just rolled onto the Speedway, so we're going to get a chance to watch him at least on his second lap. Gerlach, first time around. No time. He must have nicked the fence. And second time, he'll go third quick. That puts James Gray on the bubble. Craig Silby bumps the fence. That'll negate his time. Let's watch Steven Spiess. Selby never has liked to try to qualify in the top 5. He always likes to go through that B main. He wants to start at the back of it and pass as many cars as he possibly can. Spiess, 12th quick on lap 1. Lap 2 doesn't really look any better. I think he caught the fence right there, so I don't think this lap is going to count anyway. Nope, it doesn't, but it only moves him to 8th quick. Right now, David Krikorian, your quick qualifier. So Krikorian, Anelski, Brandon, Gerlach, and Duscher are the top 5. They're locked in to tonight's front 3 rows for the second A main. Barros, Gray, Spiess, Brochart, Motley, Henderson, Boyd, Gephardt, Smith, and Wacker, along with Craig Silby, all going into the LCQ, and whoever wins that joins the redraw. And those 6 will shuffle it via pill draw to see who has the pole. You can come from the B main and still get the pole for the feature. We're going to have 12 laps for the B main rolling out. It's Alex Shilley, the last chance qualifier, but we're going to call it the B main. It'll be Barros and Gray on the front row, Spieth and Brochard in row 2, Motley and Henderson row 3, Boyd and Gebhardt row 4, Smith and Wacker in row 5, and the Conqueror, Craig Silby. Out back, starting in position number 11. All right, 12 green flag laps. Wheel them around here one more time before we cut them loose. Session number 2. First actual racing action about to get underway. Qualifying's qualifying. You're out there by yourself. All right. Time to go green flag racing for session number 2. LCQ, 12 laps. Winner gets into the redraw. Billy Barros. James Gray out of turn number 4. Green flag in the air. And Barros about picked the front end up off the ground when he jumped on the throttle right there. Spieth trying to go shallow inside. He's going to get a run down the backstretch because Barros got the car out of shape. That'll move Billy up the hill. Steven down to the bottom. Lap 1 in the books, and it goes to Spieth in the 55. Now James Gray working around Barros. Barros struggling here. Different track conditions in session number 1. And Billy Barros is struggling a little bit. Reed Brochard 4th. Gebhardt. Silby's already up to 6th. Motley, Boyd, Wacker, Henderson. Smith already off track. Steven Spieth thought he overdrove the entry into turn 3 right there, but he was able to recover, and he holds on to the lead. Barros down to the bottom, takes second back. Whatever he was doing wrong the first couple of laps, he figured it out because he's coming quick to the front now. Craig Silby side by side with Reed Brochard. That is a battle for the 4th spot. Silby's going to have it. Well, creeping in, we're going to be halfway this time by. Silby easily by Gebhardt, then clips the fence. No cautions. They're going to keep racing. Silby's going to go back to 6th as Boyd and Brochard go right back by. The battle is right here. Barros and Gray, because Steven Spieth is out of here. He is Gandhi. 1.3 seconds. Boyd to 4th. Brochard to 5th. Silby still 6th. Coming around to 4 to go. The gap's starting to close. Billy Barros is closing in. He's clipped off a couple of tenths. Now loses some time there in turns 1 and 2. That time Spieth nicked the fence in 4 on the inside with that left front tire, and it cost him a couple of tenths of a second. Barros was that 2 tenths quicker last time by. A 90 to a 70. This time Barros clips the fence. So he gives all the time back. It'll be 1 to go for Steven Spieth. Barros Trying to hold off James Gray. Garrett Boyd in that 4 spot. He's closed in, but he's out of time. Craig Silby looking for positions. Wasn't able to make the run up the inside. Speece will join the bunch in the redraw. He wins the LCQ. Barros, Gray, Boyd, Silby, Brochart, Gephardt, Motley, Henderson, Wacker, and Smith rounding it out. They're all going to the AMA, and they're just going to start pretty deep. All right. See how long they get. No warm-up. They're going to sort the redraw out, throw the drivers right out there onto the racing surface, and we're going to get ready for 30 laps to close things out. All right, looks like our lineup coming through. Redraw. Duscher. And Brandon on the front row. Wow. Bo Brandon could not ask for anything better tonight. A pole and an outside pole. Then it'll be Adelski and Speece. And Krikorian and Gerlach making things up here in row number 3. All right, straight to it. They weren't kidding. Starting grid looks like this. Not that front 3 right there. It's going to be Duscher and Brandon on the front row. Manelski and Speece, and then Krikorian and Gerlach. Barros and Gray making up row number 4. Boyd and Silby in row 5. Brochart and Gephardt, they're row number 6. Motley and Henderson, row 7, and then Wacker and Smith in row number 8. I do not see the 24 car. It's the only car I don't see right now. There it is. There's the 24. So all 16 on the grid. We'll start shuffling through. They'll roll off. We'll get single file. Anelski, Speece, then Krikorian and Gerlach. And that should get us lined up. Everybody else knows exactly where they're supposed to be. They should be able to roll right to their spot. Craig Silby. 5th place in feature number 1 for the defending series champion. He's going to be chasing somebody that's tough to run down. He's going to be chasing the 49 car. Pace truck out of the way. We'll get the green flag, but it's not official. They'll pace around until we start lap 2, and then we'll get doubled up. And at the end of that lap, our pole sitter officially starts the race. Final show for the week, right here, right now. I'm not really sure where he's going. And I don't think the rest of the field is sure where he's going either. All right, they get him slowed down. They'll let the rest of the field catch up. I think we're going to have a couple of rows to catch up right back here. Yeah, there we go. And this time, Mr. Duscher, get us started out of turn number 4. Here we go. Feature number 2 for the NetCode ESports Mighty Midget Series. Lincoln Speedway 2025 B season, race number 2 on night number 1. And Duscher with a huge lead. Anelski with a good run into second already. Krikorian, he's going to make contact. They're going to keep him facing forward. Brandon, who got out of shape on the first lap, gathers it back in. He'll run third right now. He's right in front of Krikorian. Steven Spiess able to make it work on the inside, and he takes a spot away from Josh Gerlach. David Krikorian got the right front in front of the left front of Wayne Anelski, and he's got that third spot. But he is in trouble because he's got a fast 55 car pulling right in behind him. He is going to have to go on the attack and go after Bo Brandon. He can't sit back and wait at all. Brandon staying locked in the inside. Spiess is going to get around off the nose of the 13 car, I think. Go down here. Let's check it out. 55 car right in front of the 13, right behind the 66. Into turns 1 and 2. You make the call. Let's do that one. Duscher will stay out front. Brandon, Krikorian, Boyd up to 4th now. Gerlach 5th, Silby, Henderson. Spiess should be falling further and further back through there. Yeah, he'll let Gray, Barros, Wacker, Gebhardt, Brochard, Anelski, Smith, and Motley get by as he works his way to the end of the line here. Pace truck will get in, single file on the restart. Once again, Brody Duscher up the hill into the fluff. Now cuts the car down, finds the loud pedal. Good start. Caution right behind. Oh, no, not the 71. Oh, he got a little help. He got a little tappity-tap on the push bar. And I don't know if maybe he tapped the fence right there. And it slowed him down a little, and Silby got into the back of him, but Craig Silby barely bumped that push bar, and it really didn't take much trying to get him up to speed. And so both Josh Gerlach and Craig Silby will go to the back. And we'll get a restart at 25 laps to go.
Green flag, green flag.
Duscher once again, pretty good rolling start right there. He opens up a big gap on Brandon. Krikorian's third, but he's got company. Garrett Boyd peels to the inside, works out of turn number 4, and by about a car length, Boyd is on the podium for the time being. Good run out of 2 for both drivers. Staying in front of James Gray. Here comes Logan Henderson up top around Billy Barros. Move him up to the 6th spot. Brett Wacker, contact with the fence, contact with another car. This might be a caution.
All right, man. Caution
And
is
it
out.
is.
Caution is out.
A Wacker in this orange car right here. Up to the top, bumps, gets on that loose stuff. The car got a little out of shape. And that right there, that full stop is what brought out our caution. So Lincoln Speedway not being very friendly to any of the drivers. Duscher, Brandon, Boyd, Krikorian, Gray are the top 5. Henderson, Barros, Gebhardt, Anelski, and Brochart, the top 10. And then it's Motley, Spies, Silby, Gerlach, Wacker, all the way to the back. Smith has already taken the 24 car and rolled it over by the trailer. He is about ready to pack it up and call it a night.
Green flag, green flag.
This time, Bo Brandon with a lot better timing on the restart. He'll keep it within a couple of car lengths. Garrett Boyd still third. David Krikorian tough in fourth. I saw Billy Barros get into James Gray a little right there. He'll lose some spots, but he'll keep it facing forward. He's going to end up somewhere around 8th right now. Big mess behind. Car around. Caution.
Caution is out.
Let's start this a little bit further forward. Wayne Anelski is going to be the first car we're going to look at. 13 car. There, a little clip of the fence. Then he gets a little help. And then it looked like Motley was who helped him, and it kind of veered him off. And we'll drone cam him. He's going to kind of veer off and catch Silby, and they're going to kind of never get apart from one another. And Brett Wacker catches a piece of that as well. Quickie cautions as we complete caution number 4 here. Really good start at the front. All 5 of the front 5 got a pretty good jump. Henderson to the inside out of 2. Move him into the top 5. That time hits the big bump down on the bottom. I think he'll give the spot back, and he does by half a car length to James Gray. No action in the top 4 right now. We're watching 5th place. 5th and 6th, good battle, side by side. James Gray got up across the nasty stuff up top. Gave the spot up, but we're going to get a caution. Spies out of shape. Gerlach almost got into him there. Oh, the car around that was Gebhardt, and Gerlach just barely catches a piece, and then Brett Wacker catches a piece as well. Couple laps shy of halfway. Now I'm noticing when these guys get up there where that cushion is at, it is very rough up on top of it. It's really getting the car out of shape. And I think that's what's causing some of these guys to be a little out of control. But we're going to head into 3 and 4. We're going to get a restart. 16 laps remaining.
Green, green, green.
Good to start for Duscher. Brandon hanging tough. Boyd almost made a big mistake through 1 and 2, and Krikorian is right there. Now Brandon to the inside, but not enough. The momentum from Duscher on the top side out of 4. He's able to hang on to the point. That was your halfway lap right there. Now can Brandon do something good on the bottom? I think he got the right rear off in the slick, and it ain't going to work again. Top two starting to break away from third place, Garrett Boyd. Boyd has a healthy gap. It's about 5-6 car lengths over Krikorian.
All right, man. Caution is out.
And we're going to go caution again. Josh Gerlach is going to have problems. 71 car up top, the gray car with the aqua color numbers on it. He's right behind Reed Brochart. Well, yeah, he overcooked his grits, and yeah, now he's going to have to eat them. Right front broke. All kinds of stuff broken on that 71 car. So Duscher, Brandon, Boyd, Krikorian, Henderson. That's your top 5. Then Silby, Barros, Gray, Spiess, and Brochart to the top 10. Anelski, Motley, the 12 cars on track. Gerlach is off track in 13th. Gebhardt is making laps, but he's 3 down, 14th. Wacker is making laps, 4 down. And Smith is making laps, but he is 7 down. So if Gerlach can get back on track, he might be able to hang on to a top 12, top 13 finish. If not, he may fall all the way to the bottom of this, but that car looked pretty damaged. So as we come back to green flag racing, 12 laps remaining. Top 6 rolling pretty good. Henderson trying to work the high side on Silby. Oh, Billy Barros. Here's our next caution, folks.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Barros got in, and he cooked it pretty hard. Yeah, he got into the back of Henderson right there, and he and Spiess are both going to go around. So getting her down to 10 to go. Josh Gerlach still not back on track. He should start falling through the ranks here pretty quick. They're going around one more time. We're going to have 11 laps remaining when we take the green flag. Bo Brandon wins race number 1. He's sitting second right now, still looking for the sweep. Gerlach was second. He's on the outside looking in. Maybe he rolled it back out. He may stay on the lead lap. He's 13th.
Green, green, green.
Ooh, Billy Barros has had all kinds of trouble, and he's back in 11th, but he's still on the lead lap. So we may see a couple of new faces on the podium here in race 2. Duscher got a great restart. He's clear by half a second right now. Bo Brandon trying to work the bottom. He's got 10 laps to try to get up there and catch Duscher if he is going to sweep tonight. Garrett Boyd sitting in that 3rd spot, but a pack giving chase. Krikorian, Silby and company, and Billy Barros looks like he may have more problems. Got down, got in the corner, got a little help. 360. There goes Motley. Or no, that wasn't Motley. That was Smith. That went around on a 360 right there. Gerlach back to the work area. So 9 laps. Pace truck clearing out. Next time by, he'll get off there in turn number 2. And we'll get ready for the restart. What could be the final restart. Everybody's up there trying to pack down that very top. I think somebody might want to try to go up there and run, but man, it is so rough up there. It's just not going to give you a good ride for sure.
Green, green, green.
Restart with 9 to go. Good restart for your top 2. Craig Silby working on the inside. He's way down at the bottom. Silby through the middle and out on the exits. He's right at the top of the track. And Silby's going to prevail out of turn number 4, put him up to 4th. He's looking for a podium spot. Moves to the inside of Garrett Boyd. Just not quite enough on the bottom of turn number 2 to get him there. We'll see what he can do in 4. Pulls alongside. That time by Silby had 3rd. Move him cleanly and clearly. 3-4 car lengths into that spot. He's catching these 2. He's going to get to Bo Brandon maybe with 5 to go. He needs Brandon to get in there and start racing with Duscher. Brandon alongside at the bottom. Duscher out on the top and big momentum out of the top of turn number 4. Wave lap that time. 5 to go. Now it's 0.4 of a second, and then it closes right back down. That time Brandon tried the slider line. I don't think he's going to like that. He lost another 10th. Silby up to 3rd. Boyd is still 4th. Krikorian is 5th. And now it's 3/4 of a second with 3 to go. And caution! Car was upside down. Boy, I don't know. I saw Mike Gebhardt. He might have just caught a piece of this. No, he's going to be the caution. Brett Wacker also a big piece of. He caught the outside wall in turn number 1. So we're going to have a green-white checker finish. That's going to make everything a little bit more interesting. Overtime to finish things up here tonight. Duscher, Brandon Silby are the top 3. Boyd and Krikorian 4 and 5 right now. As we're going to have a restart with just 2 laps remaining. Everybody's going to try to time it up perfect. Single file. They're waiting for Brody Duscher. There he goes. Top 4, 5. Make it 7. Pretty good start. Silby is right there. I don't know if he's close enough to get 2, but that time Brandon goes slider line in 1 and 2. Nicks the fence. That's going to cost him a spot. Silby gets by. Silby off the bottom of 3 and 4. It's a half a second. White flag. Brandon in 3rd. Down the corner. Got into the back of Silby. Made Silby check up. It opens up the gap. It's all Brody Duscher. He's going to win feature 2. Silby's going to come home 2nd. Who's coming home in 3rd? Drag race to the line. Brandon by a couple of thousandths. Stays on the podium. Boyd 4th. Krikorian 5th. Henderson 6th. Gray in 7th. 8th was Anelski. 9th. Spies. Barros in 10th. Brochard 11th. Gerlach 12th, Gebhardt 13th, Motley 14th, Wacker 15th, and Smith once again in the 16th spot. So this time just a tiny bit different. as we will get ready to talk to our top three. Sylvie, Brandon, and we'll wait for Brody Duscher to come, but we're going to start. First in feature number 1, third in feature number 2, average finish of second to start the season off in his return. Bo Brennan, maybe not as exciting as the first one, but a couple of podiums and you can't be too disappointed.
Yeah, not too bad. Here for the Ironman, of course, so top threes all day. I just kind of thrown something at the wall just to see if it would stick on that that last one and let Craig get by me, but I probably could have preserved second if I was doing that, but I wanted to go for the sweep, yeah, that cost me a position, but Brody drove a good race. I feel like I was really good the first half of the race, better than him, but we didn't have enough green flag laps for me to be able to really get anything going. So it is what it is. Sometimes race of attrition doesn't go your way. Kind of both races were sort of like that, and I had the benefit of being out front on the first one, so I could just kind of coast around. But this one, I had to work a little harder to get around Brody, and he did his job to keep it clean. So props to him, props to Craig for getting by me at the end there too. And yeah, we'll get him next week.
All right, man. Well, give us that script once again before we let you head out.
Yeah, Varix.com for all your e-commerce needs, Mighty Good Marketing, SimRap Market, Dirt Racing Network, NetCode ESports, and the Mighty Midget series, my wife and my parents. Thanks so much, guys.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great night. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, Roger.
Bo Brandon finishes in third in feature number 2. Now we'll move on. He missed the podium in the first feature, but recovers nicely. Steals second place there on the last restart. Craig Silby, interesting way to start a title defense.
Well, I'm glad I managed to get all the way up here to have a chat to you, Roger. It's so exciting that you're back on showing the world what we all do, and hopefully we didn't make too bad of a. I think we did make a bit of a hash of it tonight. There was far too many yellows, but yeah, it's a tough track, this one.
Yeah, it looked like the track itself was tough, especially in the second show because wanting to go up and run the top, a lot of guys were finding it really rough up there, and it was really upsetting the car. You stayed pretty much married to the bottom.
Oh, that's right. As soon as I saw the bumps up there, I thought, nah, you just can't. These cars are too little. They just throw you out of the track. So, yeah, it was super thin down the bottom and getting thinner and thinner. I was trying real hard, but you're entering turn 1 and turn 3 so fast, and trying to pull it up to hug around the inside line there. It's just guaranteed. Someone's going to run into you, or you're going to run into someone else. Considering that, I think everyone didn't do too bad a job.
Well, an awesome run tonight here in the second show. 5th in the first show, so, maybe going to be trailing a little bit in the points, but there's a lot of weeks left, and I know you've got a pretty good deal going with the Ironman, so are you just thinking big picture right at the moment?
Oh yeah, I'm just all about the laps and racing cars. So if I can get out here and race, that's what I'm here for. And yeah, that's why I try and start from the back if I can. And yeah, it gets a bit scruffy back there, but yeah, it's a great way to learn, and it's a great way to get better.
All right, man, give me some shout outs and thank yous before we let you head out tonight.
Oh, there's the Digital Sim Sports Network with their Dirt Racing Network. Without you guys, I'd be struggling to be here. And Josh and Billy putting this whole deal together. NetCode ESports, NetCodeBrand.com, fantastic. And everyone that shows up here, look at this field of guys. They're all trying their hardest and racing really hard and clean. And yeah, we're looking forward to the next one.
All right, man. Congrats on a great night, and I'll look forward to seeing you back here next Thursday.
Thanks, Roger.
Craig Silby finishing in that second spot, and now let's grab. Whoa. Guy that challenged a little earlier in the first feature, but second feature was all about him. Brody Duscher, good win in feature number 2. I want to jump back real quick, and feature number 1, not so kind. What happened to you?
Well, I think going into that first race, I ran the top a lot in practice, so I kind of just went to the top in the feature, because it was comfortable in the beginning, and I I'm not very comfortable on the bottom as I am on the top, and there just wasn't really anything to hold me in the first one. So I kept bending it up on the wall. I just kept trying. Why? I would just barrel it into the corner too hard and would not work out. And then in the second one, there was actually a lot to hold me. There was a huge curb up there, and so having that said, in 3 and 4, I was really able to pick it up there in the second race.
Well, Brandon kept sliding it down in on the bottom in turns 3 and 4. Were you seeing him down there? Did you know he was pretty much even when you were going through the center of the corner?
Yeah, I could hear him. I could hear kind of nose up and get me in the middle of the corner. I'd kind of look left and I would see him, the nose of his car. So I would just throttle down, and on the exit of the corners where I would really gain a lot of momentum. As long as I can get off the corner and then get to the bottom again for 1 and 2, I figured I could stay out front.
Well, awesome job, man. You're going to pick up the win in feature number 2. Give me some shouts and thank yous before we let you go celebrate.
Yeah, I want to thank Josh and everybody over here at NetCode for putting all these series on all the time, and you for broadcasting, so now I can kind of go back and watch it. Iridium Sim Sports, Bikeman Performance, Polaris, Rendezvous Bar and Grill, Road Dream Construction, Monroe Truck Equipment, and anybody I missed. Thank you.
All right, man. Congrats on the win. We'll look forward to seeing you back next week.
Yep, thank you, Roger.
Brody Duscher wins feature number 2. Well, that is going to do it for us here tonight, folks. Been a fun one. Interesting way to get things started, but still a lot of fun. We will definitely be back next week, and we'll have these guys all season long. I think they run until about the end of May, so should be pretty exciting racing. Don't forget about Monday night, Dirt Slingers Monday Night Thunder. 2 shows, 8 o'clock and 9:30 Eastern. Then Tuesday, ERA, Pavement Late Model Stock Car Series. And they kick off at about 8:30 Eastern. Wednesdays, always the Midwest Truck Series. Those guys a lot of fun, and they have had some fantastic races this season. If you haven't watched one of those, make sure you tune in for that. That is about an 8:15 Eastern start. And then we will circle right back here for the NetCode ESports Mighty Midgets next Thursday. I want to thank you all for being here. Without you, there's no reason for us to do this. And without all the great leagues giving us fantastic racing, there's nothing for us to show you. So high fives and pats on the back all the way around. Till we see you the next time. Peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down and at all times.